Hey all, and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum. We've been told that Phenac City unfortunately does not have any Pokeballs for sale. Luckily, the shady, dusty, dismal-looking outskirts stand does. Sorry, I felt a hatred for the working class that just welled up inside of me and burst out like some kind of classism geyser there.
Okay, well now we know that you're probably not going to get on with a lot of the people we encounter in this game, so moving on awkwardly.
Maybe that's why I don't like Colosseum. Holy shit, the things you learn about each other every single day. But it's cool. They have Pokeballs. This is what we need. And we get them for free as well. Shit, why am I in like lower middle class? It seems the working class gets all the goodies.
Let's not go into social commentary before you end up fucking up somehow.
Okay. Are you wanting to buy something though? Let's see. Okay.
Pokeballs and Great Balls. Mostly Great Balls because, I mean, why the hell, if you've got Great Balls from the off, why would you get Pokeballs?
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes it's just get a few more a bit cheaper, and I think I'm gonna get the Premier Ball here, because I just like having a Premier Ball, even though they do nothing special.
Well, you know, it's fancy. Was it with Ruby and Sapphire that the Premier Ball was introduced?
I believe so, yeah. That brought in a few new Pokeballs, because originally the special kind of Pokeballs were only limited to the ones Kurt made in Gen 2.
Oh, I love the Apricorn Balls.
Yeah, that you would take to him and he'd make a custom one for you. Whereas in Gen 3, it seems like they became more mass-produced, like different kinds, because you have the Premier Ball, which you get for free when you buy 10 regular ones. But there's also things like repeat balls, timer balls, which can be incredibly useful, especially in this game, because the battles tend to go on for quite a little while. And I think there's a few others as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're bound to encounter them. Oh yeah, there's like net balls and stuff like that. I think Nest Balls might have been a bit later, I can't remember. They're the ones that are specifically in relation to Pokemon lower levels.
Yes.
Actually, no, I was playing Emerald a while back, so they're in Gen 3 as well. But here's one of the really cool characters in this game that I love.
Miror B!
Miror B. One of the most meme-tastic, iconic, like, NPCs, villains, etc. in the entirety of the Pokemon franchise. Like, he even eclipses Giovanni for some people.
Well, I mean, does Giovanni dance? Does Giovanni have a jazzy theme song? I don't fucking think so.
Does Giovanni have a giant Pokeball afro? I mean, like, come on.
No, because he's part of, like, the Italian mob and whatnot, and they dress all, like, sharp, etc. But, I can't not like Miror B. He's just like, oh my god, the Power Rangers are here.
Yeah. I'm surprised he can stand up. That hair looks really fucking heavy, and especially the balance compared to his skinny little body. Yeah.
Imagine if it was just like, it was like an electrode with just like a furry sheen to it. It wasn't his hair at all. And all this time, he's been keeping his ace on top of his head to surprise people at a moment's notice.
No, that'd be like a prank when he falls asleep and like Trudly or Folly or someone just shaves his head and puts an electrode on top of him.
So is that it? He just came here to like have a chat with the mayor and whatnot?
Apparently, like they're just loitering out here, but I think we're gonna have some rematches because it was such a long time ago we fought this guy last.
Oh man, it seems like only yesterday, when in fact it probably was. Alright, we have Lotad, which is a little bit of foreshadowing for what Miror B's ace will be. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, it's perfect.
It is. I do really like the Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo line a lot. They're goofy as fuck and I love them.
I think I remember when I first played like Ruby and Sapphire, I wasn't too fond of the line, but basically Colosseum's just like, yes! Ludicolo for the win!
Well, I mean, if you start Gen 3 with Torchic, they're a pretty easy, like, water and grass type to get early on in the game, so it makes sense to get them.
It's true, but then I think I preferred the C-Dot Nuzleaf Shiftry line. But I think that's just because they look cooler, and obviously I was going through that sort of phase where it was just like, it needs to look cool.
Yeah, but then Shiftry, I think his coolness is kind of counteracted by the fact he's got them weird stilt-looking feet that I don't know how he balances on.
Well, aren't they like based on like some kind of kabuki thing?
Yeah, it's like a ninja sandal type thing.
But still, it looks really fucking awkward to walk with. But yeah, the Lotad line, I find his typing of grass and water, there's not really much that you can effectively take them down with, like, other than maybe flying? Because it seems to have a fair bit of resistance with the grass there, like, because you would usually go to, like, electricity or grass to take down water types, but he's resistance to both of them.
I think it would be flying and possibly bug that you'd go to for the weaknesses.
Oh yeah, I forget the bug types a thing.
It's fine. It's like rock and ground. I get those two's like strengths and resistances mixed up. Or the guy. Oh, Duskull! This is one of my favourite Gen 3 Pokemon.
It's really cool until you realise that it's just got the one eye that sort of like switches between the two holes, and that's a little bit creepy.
But that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, that's part of its like design charm, and it also makes sense given what it evolves into.
Yeah, see, how do you feel about Dusk Noir? Because I like Dusclops a lot, but Dusk Noir, it's not quite as impressive to me.
Oh, I feel the opposite. I fucking love Dusk Noir. I'm not really a fan of Dusclops at all.
Oh, like, to me, I just prefer the design of Dusclops a lot. Like, it looks like one of them from Gen 4 that I wasn't too keen on the fact that it got what I felt was an unnecessary evolution.
Oh.
It's like, Electivire is really cool, but like, some of the other ones that got third stages, I don't like Magmortar's design, and I think the most offensive one for me is Porygon, the third one of them.
Porygon Z.
But yes, this is on screen right now. This is the main gimmick for the game. We've got a Pokemon that has a dark aura around it. And Rui here, our assistant, she can see that when no one else can. So she's going to be useful to keep around.
Yes, she is. Just don't let him get like too much of a run-up on your Umbreon, otherwise you're going to be feeling the pain quite a lot. Do Shadow Pokemon actually get any buffs and whatnot, Flame?
I believe if they use their attack Shadow Rush on a non-Shadow Pokemon, it has a much higher critical hit ratio.
Well, let me look this shit up just in case. Let's have a look here. Collecting Shadow Pokemon through snagging and restoring them to normal by doing blank is the main goal of Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, this is like the main gimmick of the game. You want to snag them to retrieve them from these people who are using them to do harm with. So, you know, this is going to be how we form our team over the course of the game. We're going to snag... Over the course of this playthrough, I'm going to snag every Shadow Pokemon that's available on the first time it becomes available. If you accidentally knock them out, every Pokemon that you encounter, you do get an opportunity to refight. So it's not like you're going to accidentally lock yourself out of getting a certain Pokemon.
That's good, that's good. I don't want a fucking legendary scenario where it's like, oh, Rayquaza, I can't wait to catch you. Oh, I accidentally knocked you out. Rayquaza's my fucking favourite, by the way. Save before you fight legendaries.
Oh, definitely. Although I think there may be one Shadow Pokemon that you might be able to miss, which I think is Yanma.
No, I believe that's one that shows up later, because I know that's one that's a bit more difficult to get back, but you will be able to recapture, re-encounter every Shadow Pokemon.
That's fair enough. I know it's something that in Gales of Darkness they made a lot easier, so basically, spoilers, but we're never going to play XD Gales of Darkness, so fine. But Miror B ends up running around the world, and if you happen to miss catching a Shadow Pokemon in that game, then they will get picked up by Miror B, and basically his entire team is made up of Shadow Pokemon that you've missed, so you can go and battle him pretty much as many times as you like, I believe, in order to catch them all, and it's only once you've caught all of them that he will disappear for good.
Okay.
Which I think is a better way of doing it, because it can be a little bit confusing in Colosseum how you get back to fighting some of those guys, but it's still quite fun. And the other thing that I should probably bring up, I wanted to bring up in the battle, but we kind of moved on quite quickly, is that Shadow Pokemon's attacks don't actually have a type. So even though obviously Makahita's a fighting type and would normally be super effective against a dark type like Umbreon, because it's a Shadow Pokemon, its attack I think has like Shadow typing or something, so basically none of it is super effective against your partners. It's just if you're using a Shadow move on a non-Shadow Pokemon, then yeah, it's a higher chance of critical hit, and they can hit quite hard, but there's no type advantages. unless you're attacking them, in which case you can get type advantages. So it's a little bit like that, but it works.
Alright, let's have a look at like trivia and downsides to being a Shadow Pokemon, just in case any of you are like thinking of signing up for the Shadow Pokemon program. The tutorial for the blank chamber shows a Shadow Loudred, but no trainer has one to snag, so it's a little bit of a cock tease there, I guess. Let's see. Gameplay differences between Shadow and non-Shadow Pokemon. The trainer of a Shadow Pokemon cannot do any of the following with it until it is blank. Level it up, evolve it, use a rare candy on it, change the order of its moves, delete its moves, give it a nickname, trade it, participate in battle mode with it. Please stop saying yes. You're throwing me off something first. Enter it in battles at Phenac Stadium, or enter it in battles at Orre Colosseum.
So it's like you get the temporary drawback, but if you will notice that over the course of the game, the Shadow Pokemon you snag tend to be at a decently competitive level to the other Pokemon you're encountering, so you will be able to make fair use of them, at least at that point in the game.
It's Fun Old Man Drig. Let's see what type of Pokemon he has. Sentret and Hoo-Hoo, neither of which are fun.
I think what you mean is neither of which will stand a chance against anything that we've got, because they're weak-ass Pokemon.
I see. Since it's no longer useful to flame, Umbreon gets put on the bench immediately.
Or I'm just trying to show off a variety of Pokemon as we go along to make the videos more interesting, but yeah, make me look bad.
Well, I don't have to do that, Flame. You do that all on your own, and why would you send out a fighting type against a flying type? Oh, probably because the flying type does fuck all.
Or I put it to sleep, but also because I don't have these guys' teams memorised. And also one thing that I did notice over the course of recording this is whereas trainers in most games tend to have a set Pokemon they send out first, in this game they tend to just throw out what seem to be randomly generated. So if you're following along with a guide, you might get thrown off a little bit here and there. Like there tends to be a certain spot where the Shadow Pokemon will come out if they have one.
Yes.
So like some trainers send out their Shadow first, whereas others wait till like their last Pokemon to send out the Shadow one. But other than that, the rest of them just come out when the fuck ever they feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember, most battles, they do tend to leave the Shadow Pokemon until the end. I mean, that's definitely the case in all of the boss fights, I believe.
Mostly, yeah. Like, the trainers that you just encounter, they tend to be a bit more liberal with just, here, look, I've got this cool evil Pokemon, fuck you. Whereas the bosses tend to be a bit smarter.
I wonder what this does. Oh, it's on fire. Can someone put out my Pokemon, please?
Oh wait, no, it's a Quilliver, it's fine.
Oh no, it's killing me. Tell my wife I love Pokemon.
She's too busy filling out the insurance paperwork, it's fine.
Jesus. So what are we still doing here in Phenac City, Flame?
I'm showing off what all the other people are up to, but what we saw as soon as we came out of the mayor office after the meeting with Miror B, there's those 3 Power Rangers. Oh, this is really getting in the fucking way, by the way, she's really annoying.
It does happen a lot.
The 3 enemy guys, the brightly coloured gang, they're blocking off the 3 exits of Phenac City. Each one of them has a different Shadow Pokemon. So you've got to pick which one you go for now, and you'll have to wait till much later in the game to get the other 2.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, it's basically your way of choosing your starter Pokemon effectively, which is quite cool. And I will say that basically you're probably, if what I remember is correct, you're probably going to want to go for the red one.
Well, he's got my favourite of the 3 that you pick from.
Same.
Although I am a sucker for fire types, so, take that how you will.
Well, same here. Basically, every single starter Pokemon I have ever had has been a fire type.
Same.
Most part for me, although in Gen 3 I like to go for Sceptile, because Sceptile is just really fucking cool.
Sceptile is indeed awesome, but I mean, Blaziken ain't no fool either, and he's pretty amazing.
Blaziken's cool except for the fucking crutch fur.
I mean, yeah, but there are more egregious examples of the crotch fur.
Look, alright, we know it's there. You don't have to bring it up. You can't dilute Blaziken's coolness.
Aside from the fact that it evolves from an even more phallic-looking Pokemon. It's a fucking karate penis chick in Combusken. Come on, you can't deny that.
Well, I can't deny it, but I want to. Alright, let's battle. What's this lad got? Nothing, that's what.
He's got a sick pair of roller skates, that's good enough for him.
Oh wow, he does. And a sweet do-rag as well.
Yeah, also his name is Kaib. Interesting.
Kaib, however you pronounce it, yeah.
Oh my god, it's one letter off from Kaiba. Holy shit, look out for his blue eyes.
He doesn't have a cool dragon, he just has the fucking wormhole line.
Ugh.
Which I never did understand how that decides what to evolve into. I think it's some vague, unseen stat thing. Decides whether it becomes Silcoon or Cascoon.
I believe in Ruby and Sapphire, it's. Did Ruby and Sapphire have a day-night cycle?
Well, they had a clock system, but they didn't have a time thing, but I'm pretty sure it's not in relation to that. I think there's like a hidden stat that decides whether it goes to one or the other.
I mean, I believe that potentially in Ruby Sapphire, it was version-based, from what I remember.
No, Richie, you can just look these things up. Okay, let's have a look. It evolves from Wurmple, Cascoon that is, depending on its personality value. There! I did it!
That's the thing. Yeah. If you're lucky, you'll get into Silcoon so it can become Beautifly, which is my favourite of the two. I'm not that big on Dustox's design. Like, it's okay, but it's not as pretty to look at as Beautifly.
Also, you know, Jesse and Team Rocket used it, and we don't fuck with evil people. Like, we're anti-hero at worst.
But the Team Rocket trio are cool, though.
I suppose so. Are you picking up Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee Flame?
Oh, well, I will play through it. I'm kind of mixed on what it's offering. I think it looks like it's oversimplifying it more than I would like. But I think it could still be a fun time in its own right. We'll just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I've pre-ordered Pokemon Let's Go Eevee because I was thinking, which do I go for? Because Eevee technically is not necessarily the best fighter, but then it's just like, no, I have to represent my homeboy Eevee because, like, easily Eevee and all the evolutions are one of, if not my favourite Pokemon and Pokemon line. So, well, I mean, guy wearing the evolution T-shirt. So
You're aware that you can't evolve like the Pikachu or the Eevee, right?
I know, which therefore does make the Eevee a lot more useless because Pikachu is a better Pokemon than Eevee, but both of them aren't exactly great, so, hey.
Damn man, get shot on, Grimer.
Yeah, well, why did he even bother putting up that against Espeon? Like, come on now.
Spoik, if it stops bouncing, it will die.
This is very true, we're going to absolutely murder it then, that's fine.
Let's get Umbreon back out. Maybe he can assist with that endeavour.
Why not? There you go. Have a nap, if you will.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But as you can see, the shadow here is the Quilava. If you go for the green one, you get Bayleaf. If you go for the blue one, you get Croconaw. I will say I think all three of the Johto starters are pretty cool, so there's not really a bad pick. Like, maybe I'm not as favourable on Bayleaf and Meganium, but, like, you know, Quilava's fucking cool. Croconaw's fucking cool. I will say that in Gen 2 I usually go for the Fire line as much as I do like the Feraligatr line, and that's mainly because they just give you the Gyarados later on, so you got your water type coverage covered.
And also Tax Lotion can learn Thunder Punch.
Yeah, it can, which can completely murder said Gyarados if you so desire, but you know. And yeah, the AI is a bit buttfuck stupid in this game, as you just saw by trying to use a Psychic attack on Umbreon.
Well, don't forget, like, in Gen 1, like, you could very easily exploit type weaknesses and whatnot. Go, Snag Ball! Sorry, just had to get that declaration in there. Let's see if you get it in 1 like you did with the Makuhito. No, you didn't.
No. Gotta try again.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make was, like, you remember, Twitch Plays Pokemon, the very first run?
Yes.
Where, ETV, their Venomoth, basically survived against the Dragonite because it's kept spamming Agility, which is technically a Psychic-type move to try and take it out. And, you know, the Venomoth kept poisoning the Dragonite and eventually took it out.
Yeah, I do remember that. Like, the Gen 1 AI is very exploitable as well, and there's also a point with Lorelei's, I think it's the first Qigong she sends out, you can actually get yourself locked into the game there under some very oddly specific situations, but like, it's doable. There's like some guy, I think his name's Pika Spray on YouTube, he did a video on like how oddly specific it would have to be, and like how like you could abuse AI, and there's like a 1 in a million chance of actually getting out of that just by getting lucky with some destructive attack. It's quite weird, but yeah, this game's AI can be pretty stupid in its own right, but you know.
I mean, a prime example is it does not affect Misdreavers. Anybody who's watched Trudly Conroy play through Pokemon Colosseum knows it does not affect Misdreavers. That says it all.
That was fucking beautiful, yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. We've got another Shadow Pokemon or two, and Rosso means red. So we'll see you next time for another part of Pokemon Colosseum. Bye-bye!
What does Verdi mean, Tom?
It's green, you fucking Philistine.